Hello everybody, and how is it going? Welcome to Bricks and Toys. Today we are with the Disgust-a-Bug. I really don't know what to call it other than if you guys watched my eBay unboxing video, you guys will already know. I bought this from eBay with a damaged box because I don't want to unbox and build older Lego sets with a good box. I want something that's a little bit damaged so I don't feel bad about taking it and opening it like I did the snow speeder. And unfortunately, this damaged box is a liquid damaged box and it leaves a lot of question marks. So what we're going to do today is, well, we're going to frickin' build it and we're going to see if it's all there. If I remember right, in the eBay unboxing video, you guys just watched it about a week ago at this point. I filmed it about a month ago at this point. So I got to really crank my noggin back and think. I think one of the pieces of tape was still on it. The other piece of the tape was broken. So the set should be complete. Now I do know that the instructions are rendered useless. I remember trying to break them loose to open up the book in the video. So we will be building this with my laptop. But to be on the safe side as far as contents go of the box, I do have a post from 2016 on the Jay's Brick blog of what should be in this box. And that's how we're going to see if we have everything to even kick off this build. So let's start off with the routine of what we normally do here on the channel. And that is, let's, for one, introduce the set. Now this is a creator expert vehicle. It is the Volkswagen Beetle. 16 and older, 10252, 1,167 pieces. Now, this set, back in 2016 when it was released, it was a $100 set. It is made by the traditional designer, Mike Psyche, a name something like that. He is known for doing a lot of the vehicles that I have in my collection. I believe he still even does work on the newer Icons vehicles and other Lego sets. He's a very big Lego designer. And other than that, that's all that we need to know about it from when it was new. Now, I did pay $60 on top of the original $100. So I paid $160 total for this damaged box set. I believe, if I remember right, one with less damage to basically being new and completely sealed and guaranteed was about $180 to $220. So I took my chances and I went with this beautiful gem. Now, with this being a creator expert, it is a different type of packaging than we're used to for the Icons vehicles. We actually have what looks to be a grassy area on a beach with some water. We have the Beetle right in front. On this part that's completely obliterated, we got some accessories, looks like a cooler with some beverages. We got a surfboard right here. It does say it's going to be about 11.4 inches long and digging through the mess. 4.3 inches wide. On the bottom, we got all the legal eagles, join the Lego Club. We got a picture of the actual vehicle on this crunched up part with the vehicle that we're building. Up here, we have a list of the parts, which, you know, is normal for this type of build in this era. Then we have the Volkswagen Beetle on the side. And then on the back, we got more of the surfboard, the beverages right there. Functioning trunk, functioning hood. Of course, we're going to have a tire in the front. And then it shows that the roof comes straight off so you can view the interior of the vehicle. Doors open. Looks like the windshield moves. No, the seats move front and rear. Really, really interesting vehicle. Now, talking about the box in the condition, there is a water line that goes all the way up to here. And this whole thing looks like it was just stuck in some water. And with it being stuck in some water, it really ruined the box. Like, it's no bueno. So we're going to get my cutter. We're going to cut open this. And we're going to unbox it like here right now. And I'm going to open up my computer, which I'm going to do right now. And so on my computer, I have a picture of what we're looking for. So let's go ahead Let's start this process with getting my knife. Now, I did retape this with some packaging tape after I wrapped up that video, but I did not count it out like I was going to, so this is going to be a surprise. So now that we're open, that's what we can look like inside of the box. I mean, it's really, yeah, it's not good. So let's dump out our box. Whoops. Tires are flying. So with that, we have everything all out of the box. And now this is going to go into the trash because, like I said in the video where I unboxed it, to me this is hazmat. And on top of this being hazmat, we're going to take the damaged book, which I don't need to reiterate. If you guys didn't watch that video, it's not that far back. Just look back on a few older videos and you'll find it about a week ago. I had to break this book apart to even get it open. So I'm just going to take all that and it's over. No more touching the nasty. So when I look at the Jay's blog post, it does say that there are 4 tires. Well, I have 4 tires right here. So that is a good thing. Now it does say I should be expecting 3 number 1 bags. So looking at it, I've got 2 number 1 bags right here and a 3rd one. So I got 3 number 1 bags. It says I should have 2 number 2 bags. I see number 2 right here and a number 2 right here. Then it says I should have 3 number 3 bags, which are here, number 3, and number 3. So as easy as that, we have all the bags. We have all the tires. So what could be something that's going to hold this up in this build because of the damage? A crushed box is a lot different than a wet box for many reasons. And in this reason, there was no plastic covering the book or this. So this is our sticker sheet with about 17 stickers, some being duplicates. And if you guys can look, it doesn't look very good on the back. It does. The only thing that I think that's going to make this okay with the stickers being soaking wet with that foreign substance is they are like the plastic-based stickers on a paper sheet to hold them together, and not a paper sticker on a paper sheet. If they were paper stickers, I believe they would have disintegrated by now and be useless. But the fact that they are plastic-based, I think that's what's going to save us. So hopefully they stick and the adhesive is still worthy after, well, for one, it's 2016. So this has been in a box for a lot of time. But mix in some water, it's anybody's fair game. So that is the set, the condition, the outlook, everything I could possibly have thought to include in this first portion of video. Now it's just down to me taking a couple days, kicking it back, getting it done. I mean, it's a Beetle, so you know what? Live free, you know what I'm saying? And for you guys, here's the review. Okay, everybody, well, let's hop on in. Let's start reviewing this Volkswagen Beetle from 2016. There is a lot of interesting, and I mean interesting, building techniques on this car to make it what it is. And I could not be any more happier with the overall building experience. Let's start off at the roof. We do have this cooler right here on the very top roof rack. It does come out. I'm not going to take it fully apart because, you know, why would I do that? But as you can see, we have some beverages and ice in the cooler. We can close that back up. Then we have this really cool surfboard. That also lifts out. It's held in by these little rubber bushings right here. So it's got a nice wedge to hold it in. Then one really cool factor about this whole thing is if you grab it like right here, you could pop it off and take off the whole shebang, which is really cool. And we're just going to keep this off so we can begin to go inside. We have a beach towel hidden behind the back seat right there. It's not secured in place by anything. It's just free floating in there. The front seats do move forward a little bit so you can get passengers in the back. We have a little bit of a door panel on the side of the door. And we have a little bit of a speedometer and a little bit of a dash but we do not have working steering. The doors do open up all the way, just like that. But it is worthy to note how they are secured in there. You can actually see that they just pop in right there and right there. That is one of the most interesting, almost lazy building techniques I've ever seen. But you know what? If that's what they had to do, that's what they had to do, and I completely support it. We have a really interesting angular piece back here I have not seen very often to make that. And then we have some really interesting building techniques for these fender arches. There is an extra piece here and here, also down here and right there in the middle. And it all kind of makes this light to this part of the middle fender and also the lower back here. It's an interesting combination of bricks. It's like origami that just works. We have, of course, our surf stickers, Al's surfboards. We have this one. I'm not sure what this one means. We have the surf wax one. Our trunk does open up to reveal our air-cooled engine. Very basic building techniques with that. But then, there's a lot of interesting building techniques to build these rear lights. Back bumper is pretty standard brick built, but interesting nonetheless. Let's close our doors up. As you can see, to get our body lines right, it's stickers on the windows. 2 back here on the back, another one over here on this side. Then we have 2 on each side. That's a very common technique that Lego uses to get the curvatures right. The front has plenty of room to hold all your license plates. It does have a spare tire, and the spare tire is really small. It's a different size than what's on the vehicle, and I've already switched it out of funsies, and it makes the vehicle kind of wobble. But you know what? It works, and it's a pretty decent hood, actually. So that is really cool. The only issue is if you shut the front down a little bit too hard, it does knock off these pieces right here. See? Because it wants you to lock it in with that stud right there. So we can just go ahead and put that back on. Just like that. We have some nice radiator elements making up the running boards right here on the side. And let's take a look on the underside. Like I said, there's no working steering. Like with the Fiat, you can see the tire hanging down from the very front of the bottom. Solid axles all the way through. We have some exhaust pipes using these friction pin elements. A lot of Technic making the chassis. Everything that we would expect. I really love the blue color. I went with the yellow license plates for this model. I really think that this is an incredible model. Let's put our roof back on with our surfboard and everything attached. As you can see, it locks in right here on that secondary stud. That's how that goes. So that is the review of the 2016 Volkswagen Beetle. Now let's wrap up this video. So the 2016 Volkswagen Beetle. It's cool. It's definitely a filler car. I really feel like Lego gets licenses and they just keep building and building and building as far as they can with the license. If I'm not mistaken, Volkswagen Group is part of Audi Group, which is part of Lamborghini Group, which is part of Bugatti as well. I think that's the way that works. I think Bentley, is Bentley under them too? I think Bentley's under them as well. Or maybe I'm getting Bentley and Bugatti backwards. But the point here is, if you look at all the cars that we get from Lego, from Speed Champions to the Icons, Creator Expert, whatever you want to call it, we get a lot of Lambos, we get a lot of Volkswagens, we get a lot of Audis. Well, I guess we've gotten a couple of Audis. And I just think that they have a really good licensing deal, and that's why they keep making these cars. The Volkswagen Beetle, like I said, it's a filler. It is done in a beautiful blue color. I have to say that blue is exceptional. And then to break up the blue, you got the red ice box and the green and yellow surfboard on top with the white. Visually, it's aesthetically pleasing, but it was a very, very basic build experience. It was, I think a Speed Champions would be more engaging than this was. I started my day off building it. I just took a bag and did bag one, bags one. Went and took my kid to the doctor. I came home, cracked open bags two. Then I went and I played a little bit of my Nintendo Switch. And I did bags 3, and I'm like, I'm done already. Well, crap. Hit the easy button because that was easy. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I really am. I really love all of the difficult building techniques that they had to come up with to make it work. It's definitely not noted. It's definitely noted. And it's what makes this build really special. Again, this being a 2016 Lego set, there's a lot of things within it that you kind of see now and you look at it and you're like, this could have been done with one part. But then you go through all the parts and you realize, hey, that part didn't come out till 2020 or 2022. So there is a lot of that when you are building it. I'm going to say a good portion of this build could have been dumbed down if there was more parts availability for the time. But again, like I've said before, that's what makes Lego special. Is it worth the $160 on the secondary market? You know what? If you don't have it and you're trying to go for them all, it's not a very high price to pay. It is when you look at the original $100 price tag of it, but it is. That's why I did it, is because it is on the cheaper end. I do feel like it is going up in value because when I first started pricing out the Volkswagen Beetle, it was about $140 for a crushed box that actually had usable instructions. This one came in a wet box for $160. And it did not have usable instructions. The instructions had mold inside of them. And not to mention, I felt like I had the ick every time I poured the pieces from the box, from the bag into the trays. Because the bags were like sticky with whatever got onto the box and the book. The stickers, they worked fine, like I thought that they would. But again, they just felt icky. And then on top of that, the car tires not being any type of plastic just felt icky as well. Unfortunately, I still feel like when I touch this car, I have to go wash my hands because of how bad that box was. And I know most of everything wasn't plastic except for the tires and stuff, but it's like a mental thing. It is a really interesting build. You will learn a lot of really cool techniques, and it's a good filler piece if you're trying to go for all the vehicles. So with that one, everybody, that concludes it. Get it done if you haven't and you want to, because I do think it's getting up there. So with that, everybody, I want to say you guys want to support the YouTube channel. There's 2 ways to do so. You guys can hit the thanks button down below, leave a small donation. When you guys do that, it helps us buy Lego sets like this and supports the Bricks and Toys YouTube channel. If that's not really your thing, you guys can always just hit that subscribe button and follow along with everything that we do here. And as usual, if you guys can share this video with your friend, like the video, and also comment on the video. Did you buy this back in the day? Is it one of your favorites? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Up next on the channel, I think we are doing our last Nintendo 18 and older set that we don't have in our collection. So be sure to check that one out. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have an excellent rest of your day.